Welcome to Entertainment Tech.
We have the latest for you in celebrity gossip, fashion styles, and more.
Welcome to the combined celebrity chat segment and fashion news segment. I'm Alexis Leana.
And I'm Michelle Polanca. For decades, women have strived to have long, thick, and full eyelashes. Perfect eyelashes are a timeless trend. Within hundreds, or maybe even thousands of different mascara brands and formulas, which mascara is the very best? Beauty lovers and makeup artists around the world have claimed Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara to be the holy grail of mascaras. The pink tube of mascara that retails for $23 has a unique hourglass-shaped brush which hugs and coats every single lash. With inky black pigment making the lashes lush and fluttery, it is no surprise that the Today Show teamed up with New Beauty to award the brand Too Faced with the title of the best mascara in America. The full-size tube is $23 at Ulta or Sephora stores, but if you want a deluxe sample, Ulta and Sephora carry a mini Too Faced Better Than Sex for $12.
Television star Abby Lee Miller from Lifetime's Dance Mom has resigned from the television series. Miller sat down with E! News to talk about the moments leading up to her final straw. She alleges that at a dance competition last weekend, the producers of the show betrayed their relationship with her after embarrassing Miller in front of more than 50 of her students and their families. The producers allegedly hired a stranger to chase her through the audience during the competition. Miller stated, quote, "It just got bigger and bigger and louder, and I thought, oh my God, this is destroying the livelihood, which is my studio business. The TV show can end at any minute. They've been very clear telling me that in my contract." End quote. So what did Miller do? She ended it. Cheryl Burke from Dancing with the Stars has been recruited to join Dance Mom stars since Miller's exit.
It's time to store away your vampy lipsticks, full coverage foundations, and heavy moisturizers. It's springtime, which means the weather calls for lighter beauty choices. There's been some recent beauty launches which will help you transform into the season. Benefit Cosmetics just released a new twist to their fan favorite Dandelion blush. The Dandelion Twinkle blush retails for $29. It is a pink blush that has been revamped to a pink highlighter. It still has a pink tone to it, but it gives the skin a beautiful flush with a sparkling glow. Lancome just introduced a metallic liquid lipstick. Bold lips are still a trend for the spring, but instead of wearing dark plums and maroons on your lips, try to rock a bold pink or red lip. The matte lipstick trend has been popular over the years, but metallic is taking its place. The Lancome Paris Le Maltique Metallic Lip Lacquer retails for $22 at Sephora. It comes in 13 shades and offers richly pigmented color and high shine. Springtime is the perfect time to replenish and renew your vanity. Whether you purchase high-end or drugstore beauty items, you can always try adding a pink glow or metallic lip to your beauty routine.
Almost 1 year later, and Kelly Ripa has still not found a co-host to replace Michael Strahan. However, apparently there's no rush to find one. Sources told E! News there is no deadline to fill Strahan's now rotating chair, stating, quote, "There's no timeline, but there's also no rush. Kelly loves having a rotating co-host. She's really enjoying herself," end quote. Ripa may be enjoying the rotations, but the source added that a co-host will eventually be named, just not anytime soon. Ripa has avoided any questions on the topic, including most recently when Stephen Colbert asked her when she was going to, quote, "put a ring on it, girl," end quote. She responded, quote, "Are you proposing?" end quote. Okay, so what are your thoughts on the Too Faced formula being the best in America?
I honestly own the mascara. It's kind of comparable to any other mascara. I understand why it's the best formula, just because it's like more sticky than other, but like, to be honest, mascara, like drugstore to high-end, they're basically all the same. I think it's what makes the packaging. So having the best formula title is kind of like misleading. I think it's more of the wand of mascara that's probably the best in America. But like I learned in one of the makeup classes I took in the summer, mascara is the same like drugstore to high-end. And even with makeup artists, they use disposable wands anyway, so packaging doesn't matter ultimately. But I mean,
that's really interesting.
Yeah. But everyone has their preferences with makeup. Me personally, I don't really think it's the best formula. So.
Well, that's all we have for the Celeb Chat and Fashion News. Stay tuned for Allie's makeup tutorial.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it. While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed all that. Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Hey guys, this is Allie and welcome again to a makeup tutorial. Today I'm here with my roommate Hannah and she's going to be my model. For today's look I'm going to put glitter and I'm going to be showing you how to use this NYX face glitter that I just got. It's a drugstore brand and it works really well and it's really shiny, and I'm just going to teach you guys how to work that into your eyeshadow. So she already did her eyebrows as you can see, and she already put on primer on her lids. So first we're gonna start with this Urban Decay. This is the first one, the Naked, and we're gonna start with the lightest version and then go to the Baked color. So with the lightest, you want to take it and just go over her eyebrow bone. Just to highlight the bone, and then next it's good to do like the inner corners of the eyes, because that's where you want to get some highlight on. It kind of brightens up your whole face. So yeah. And then next we're going to start with a very light tan color, and it's actually the color Naked, and it's like a very slight brown, and you just want to get kind of like where the shadow of her lids are. I like to start from the outer corner . And as you know, as I did a tutorial before, you first start with the dark colors on the outside and work your way in. And so next I'm going to be using the Buck color, which is slightly darker than the Naked, and rest it underneath. Like that, right under the Naked color. Today, since we're going to be using like a gray glitter, what I found looks good with like the silver glitter is to have some pink and purple. So next, this is from the Modern Renaissance. I'm going to be using the color Buon Fresco, and then also the Love Letter, which is like a pink shade. And you're just going to rest it on top to give it a purplish tint, but you don't want to do too much and make it too dark. Okay. So you're just going to kind of finish the whole lid, because the purple is actually very subtle. And you won't see much of the lid because soon we're going to cover it with concealer to put on the glitter, and you put the concealer on so it'll stick. And I'm going to add a very light shade of the Love Letter, but you don't want it to be too dark. You just want to complement it with the other colors. And you can blend with your finger as well, kind of. Like that. And then I'm going to blend the pink in, kind of work its way in to the inner corner very lightly until they're both even. So now you've incorporated a pinkish tint with purple and brown. And if you want to go over and like you realize the eyebrow bone or the inner corners aren't as highlighted, then you just have to go over it again, but you can wait till the end to do that. So next I'm going to get concealer, or you can also use a primer, and this is from Benefit. It's the pore primer that I always use, and it works really well. Sorry, it's like a little dirty. Okay, and now you're just gonna get the top of her lid and put primer on it, the corner, and then up until the end, like this. And I'm using primer because when I used concealer last time, the concealer was like too showy, but primer is a little bit more clear, so it'll still make the glitter stick, but it won't change like the color of the base. And so just get it and spread it across your lid like that. And now the tricky part is actually this glitter works really well, but the problem is that it's very it's very sticky and it gets everywhere. So you want to get a really small brush and gently rest it on top of the primer so it doesn't fly all over your face. For this part, I'm just going to use the Naked tip where it's kind of more condensed, and I'm just going to rest it on her primer. And you want to dab, because I've realized that if you just brush it across, the glitter literally gets everywhere. So put on very little bit and kind of just slightly dab it onto the primer area, like so. Great, and that adds a lot of spark. I'm going to do it to the left side now. And just try to evenly disperse it on the lid. You don't want any like bald spots. And most likely, inevitably, you're gonna get glitter on the face as well, just because it flies everywhere. And a good way to just like prevent that is to put baby powder around your face before you put on the eyeshadow. Or you can put concealer or foundation over the glitter on your face. But for now, I'm going to put eyeliner on her lids. Okay. And then for this one, and I'm just going to put a very thin line just because you have the glitter already, so you just want a few touches to complement it, but you don't want too much. Okay. Sweet. And that is the finished look. So I'm going to show a close-up. Okay, and so you can see the pink and the brown and the purple, and then the glitter kind of rests on top. And if you want, you can put the lightest shade or highlight on the bone afterwards to kind of make it shine again more because it kind of wore out. But that is a finished look, and it's great for a night out or just going out on a date, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks!
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You can never have sex without.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
The child-devouring clown is back, otherwise known as the 1986 novel It, created by none other than Stephen King. The first trailer has hit the internet and gives off a dark, suspenseful vibe, as it loyally should. The trailer starts with a young boy chasing his paper boat down a stream of water in the street, which eventually leads into a sewer. And, of course, the little boy gets on his knees and pokes his head as far down as he can, to which we get a glimpse of Pennywise. The adaptation of the 1980s horror classic was proposed to be made into two parts, the first titled It, Part 1, The Losers Club, due to release on September 8th of this year. For those of you who are not familiar with the tale of the infamous clown, Pennywise exploits 7 children's fears in efforts to kidnap them and then eat them. If this sounds unbearably terrifying to you, then perhaps you should sit out Warner Brothers' upcoming production.
A new action crime film just hit theaters this past weekend. Ghost in a Shell takes place in the near future as main character Major, played by Scarlett Johansson, lives in our world as the first of her kind. Her body was cyber-enhanced after being saved from the terrible car crash in her previous life. Major was unknowingly created as a perfect soldier in order to stop the world's most dangerous crime and terrorism. With the capability to hack into people's minds and control them, she soon finds out that her life was not saved, but instead stolen from her. Major will not stop until she uncovers the truth of her past and stops whoever did this to her before anyone else falls victim. If you're interested in action-packed drama films, then Ghost in a Shell should be next on your watch list.
Starring Cara Delevingne, Dane DeHaan, Rihanna, and John Goodman, Valorant in the City of a Thousand Planets is a movie set place in the 28th century. It follows special operatives Valorant, played by DeHaan, and Laureline, played by Delevingne, as they maintain order across the universe. Both partners find themselves on a mission to a city named Alpha, in which they must fight against sinister forces that jeopardize the livelihood of all humans. The sci-fi action film is produced, written, and directed by Luc Besson, who also worked on films such as 1997's The Fifth Element and 2014's Lucy. The film is based off the 1967 French comic series Valorant and Laureline, which has sold over 10 million copies. You won't have to wait much longer, though. Valorant is set to release on July 21st.
Another new film now in theaters is a science fiction must-see thriller called Life.
The movie takes place on the International Space Station in outer space, where a group of astronauts are on the cutting edge of one of the greatest discoveries known to man. The astronauts found their first groundbreaking evidence of extraterrestrial life on Mars. As research and tests are being taken on the new evidence, they soon realize that the life form is evolving at a supernatural pace and proves itself to be more intelligent than they expected. As the specimen continues to grow rapidly, it starts to show terrifying signs of dominance and aggression. The crew trapped aboard the ISS must find a way to kill the space creature before it manages to escape the ship or decimate Earth, or before it kills them first. The producers of Life put a whole new realistic twist on life outside of Earth with their rated R film.
So what are your thoughts on the new and improved It?
Honestly, I'm not even sure if I want to go see it. I'm scared of clowns, and the first movie just scarred me for life.
Yeah, to be honest, I saw maybe 10 minutes of the movie and I was in elementary school, and it happened to be the scene that It, or Pennywise, the clown's name, comes out of the drain in the shower. And so for 6 straight months, I would never put my back to the drain. I straight scared, little elementary school Gretchen would not. I looked at the drain the entire shower because I thought Pennywise was gonna come out of it.
That's so funny. I used to even shower with the curtain halfway open because I was scared too.
It's just from that one scene, and just imagining with today's visuals and what they're gonna do with Stephen King's Pennywise, the murderous clown that kills children. I just feel like it's gonna be straight terrifying.
Definitely. And clowns are supposed to be happy. The fact that they're scary and kill kids and everything is just terrifying, honestly.
I couldn't watch the trailer without having one hand over my eyes.
Oh my God.
It was awful, and I didn't even have the volume up all the way. Yeah. So seeing this movie in theaters will be terrifying.
Definitely.
Well, that's all for us on Entertainment Tech. We'll see you next week.